Good morning. Back again. It's good to see you, my friends. All right. Well, that little run we went on didn't last long. Looks like we're back. BTC is back. And then it's gone again. So just that quick, we went from topping out at 80K, and now we're back down under 78. But we've been on a historic run. Been here watching it. How we ran up from the 60s or low 60s to now flirting with 80. Man, that's a move. Like, that is a move. So can't be mad at that. What we can do is just focus on what's working, right? And right now, market is on fire. Things are moving fast. We're making it happen. Last week, we went up 3x. So let's see what this week brings, right? Hope you guys were able to lock in some of those gains from last week. Yeah, man, get some bills paid. But it's a brand new day, and we're gonna see what today holds. Now, today we're gonna jump into a few things. We're gonna talk about the SEC and what they have going on. There are a couple of things that they're looking to pass in Congress. We're gonna jump into that for a minute. We're gonna jump into the longs, the shorts that people are placing on BTC right now. We're gonna jump into that. I'm gonna go down a list of some of my rules I have to trade by. We're gonna jump into that. We're gonna look at a few of the projects that we've been tracking, a few of the developers that we've been tracking. We're gonna get into that. This stream is definitely gonna be an hour, but I'm not sure how much longer we're gonna go after that, because we have a lot of things on deck today. Got a lot of stuff to get. We have a lot of stuff to cover after the stream. My development team, we have to meet today ASAP. So if you guys are in the chat, what up? We got work to do today. What else? I was gonna cover different developers in this one, but I think we'll save it for the next. And yeah, man, let's jump into it. Hope you're having a great morning, and hope you're having a great week. All right, so right off the top, nothing moves unless BTC moves. And right now, we're sitting at, this is the 5-minute chart, and we're sitting at 78.59. So we're comfortably at, well, I don't say comfortably, but barely at 78K. But it seems to be hovering around in this zone. So I think it's pretty safe to assume that we are going to bounce right here. We're going to bounce somewhere off of this 77.6 range. And I think we're going to rebound, start on the next cycle up. That's My 2 cents. Now let's jump into these prices. Like I said, BTC is at 78 and rising. Ethereum 24.50 and rising. The Ethereum chart looks good. Look at that. Sweet setup. We have ARB, which has taken a little dip, but is still at 8.9 cents. ARB is our hero right now. It's been doing work. We have BNB sitting at 696, top 700 the other day. XRP has been a hero this past week. XRP caught up to BNB as far as the market cap. And remember I said that was one of the things that I didn't see how they were going to pass BNB as far as market cap goes. But it looks like that is the play. XRP had gotten up to $1.50. Now it's sitting comfortably at $1.37. And just remember, a couple of weeks ago, XRP was only, what was it? It was like $1. Everything was going up except XRP. But what I'm thinking happened is, we had the recent XRP ETF, and I think people are pretty settled in right now, the new XRP traders, and yeah, I'm pretty sure that things are gonna start moving vertically for that token. Now let's see, what was the other token we were tracking? CashCat is sitting at 19 cents. Nice bounce back, up 7%. That is a run. CashCat is up 7% today. Ansem is up. What is that? 4%. This is crazy. It's up 89% today. That is massive. Hyperliquid is up 1.5% today. Hyperliquid went from around $50 to $80 now, so very nice run. Dogecoin is sitting at 8 cents, almost 8.5 cents. And ARB is ahead of Dogecoin now in price. Now let's see, what else are we tracking? Sui is sitting at 73 cents. Solana $96 and rising. We have Cake sitting at $1.70. Shiba Inu, not calling out all those zeros. This is not happening. ADA is sitting at 20 cents. Angu 0.00888. Era is at 17 cents. Aster is at 69 cents. Aster kind of taking off. And coming in at the bottom, we have SpaceX sitting at 136. I don't know. It looks like maybe they found a little stability. Maybe it's going to trade in this zone for a while. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But BTC is doing its thing. Here's our chart. and it's looking good. Other than the fact that we bottomed out here just like less than an hour ago, everything looks in order. And like I said, it's gonna rebound off of this. Next challenge is to see if we can break through this layer of resistance right here. If we can punch through this layer, then we may be off and running. But as you can see, we have a good bit of resistance right here, just under 79, just under 79K. Now, one of the things that we're going to jump into in a little while is the fact that there are a lot of people that are holding a ton of Bitcoin, and these people are putting in, they're logging in their puts. So when you take out a put, you're pretty much taking a position that the prices are going to go down, that we'll have a reversal from this trend. And you can see that it's clearly happened. Bitcoin hit 80K the other day. And yeah, look at the price now. So that happens, and it happens over and over and over again. So there's no need to worry. No need to worry about that. If we're, and I believe we're fully in a bull market now. But if we're in the bull market, we don't worry about when the price bottoms out, it's going to come back. As trading cycles, the whales are, you know, having their fill right now. And yeah, man, they're eating. They're eating. So can't say that I'm mad about it. That's what keeps everything flowing. That's what makes this market exciting. And I'm glad to be a part of it. Now, let's jump over coin market cap. Now today we have both of our blue chip trackers open. We have coin market cap and CoinGecko. But we're gonna focus on coin market cap. And as you can see right here, BNB is sitting at 92.8 billion. XRP is at 86.29 billion. Hey, that's they closed the gap quickly. XRP closed the gap quickly. I gotta give them credit for that. Solana sitting at 56.1 billion. Hyperliquid is sitting at 20 billion. Now, just off of watching the market and watching the past couple of cycles, I think that Hyperliquid will eventually flip Solana. But that's just me talking. Right now it's trading at 80 bucks. I really do believe that Hyperliquid will overtake Solana. Now, let's go down to the big boys. Bitcoin Cash. Bitcoin Cash is up 25% this week and it's sitting at 261. Now, in a couple of the previous streams, I touched on how valuable Bitcoin Cash will become, because there are only 21 million tokens. All right, 21 million tokens. Put one of these guys in your wallet. Should have did it a while ago, but I get it. I get it. You gotta wait for the run to start. Well, the run is here. Put a Bitcoin Cash in your wallet. It has a lower supply than Litecoin. Litecoin, I think, is trading a little low. Zcash is exploding. Zcash is $775 right now. Like nothing is exploding like Zcash. Now, I think Monero will eventually have the same type of growth, but Zcash is on another level right now. After that hack, it's just been like a full-on blitz. So I'm going to, I love Zcash. I told you I used to mine Zcash. I'm going to look on chain at Zcash, and I think once we build up our funds a little bit more in Oracle, I think we're gonna jump into Zcash pretty heavy. Pretty heavy. Alright, now Chainlink is trying to bounce back. Cardano is up 12% this week, sitting at 20 cents. Stellar Lumens is up 7.9%, hanging in there. Canton is up 23% this week, 4.5 billion. Who else we got here? Litecoin up 7% this week, just about 50 bucks. 50 cents away from, 50 cents away from 50 bucks. Coin is the new gram. It's sitting at $1.38, up 2% this week. Adara is up 10% this week to 7 cents. Avalanche is up 9% to $7.24. And let's see, who else are we tracking down here? Where you guys hiding at? Algorand is at 8.8. So both Algorand and Arbitrum have outperformed Dogecoin. So keep that feather in your cap. Trade accordingly. Algorand, much lower supply than Dogecoin. Arbitrum, much lower supply than either one of them. All three are blockchains. All three are making things happen. One, mathematically, is worth more than the other. That's just it. Alright, but that's gonna do it as far. Oh my god. Trump coin is $2.18. Man. And that's with it being up 50% this week. So that means it was trading at $1 and change. So if you want to trade Trump coin, now would probably be a good time. I traded it on the first day, and did the running man away from there. Did the running man when it got to 70. But with something like that, that's what you have to do. Now, for the people that bought at $70, you're a real one if you're still in there hanging on. I know I would be furious because I don't see this hitting $70 anytime soon. No time soon. And we have a max supply. Now, I will give them credit on that. Not much. Don't like the contract. Contract is trash. But as far as things go, as a circulating supply, it's basically like all Solana tokens. Solana tokens are usually default at 1 billion because of pump.fund. So yeah, they're only 1 billion Trump tokens. That's the one positive. And I do think it being valued at $1 and change, that was pretty good value for this token. And it's just gonna take time. It'll hit $10 again. No time soon though. It take too much capital to push it up. To push it up to $10 right now. Alright, that does it on our blue chip recap. we're going to hop into a little crypto news, and we have the SEC crypto custody rules about to hit the White House, which means that, well, they're going to be lighter standards. I think you already know this administration is not keen on standards in the first place. So saying this isn't really a stretch. This is not a stretch at all. Gonna jump into this article, and yeah, let's see what's going on with this. Okay, the Security and Exchange Commission, the SEC, sent its crypto custody rule rewrite to the White House on Tuesday. So this is happening right now. The text is secret. Here we go with that again. The text is secret. The filing labels are not. And one of them gives the direction away. The proposal, called Amendments to the Custody Rules, reached the Office of Management and Budget, OMB, on August the 25th. The rule decides how investment advisors may hold client crypto. Interesting. What the SEC crypto custody filing tags reveal. The OMB record carries two labels. The first is economically significant. That tag marks rules with at least 100 million in yearly economic impact. The second label matters more. The filing sits in the deregulatory. The filing sits in the deregulatory column under Executive Order 14192. President Donald Trump signed that order in January 2025. Tells agencies to scrap 10 rules for every new one that they write, which is insane. To throw away 10 rules for every new rule that you write. Bonkers. But it tells you, hey, that tells you their approach. So before anyone reads a single line, the direction is on record. The SEC plans to loosen crypto custody duties, not tighten them. The agenda abstract has two more facts. It names crypto assets directly, and it targets a formal proposal for October. That step opens a public comment period. A reversal 2 years in the making. Today's rule forces advisors to park client assets in a qualified custodian, usually a bank or broker/dealer. Few of those firms would touch crypto. That left advisors with almost no compliant way to hold it. Former chair Gary Gensler pushed the other way. His 2023 safeguard rule would have widened custody duties, and his staff probed advisors over custody. The agency withdrew that plan in June 2025. Since then, named players have shaped the new rewrite. Venture firm Andreessen Horowitz asked the SEC to modernize crypto custody rules. So in January 2025, lawyers from Delphi Ventures and Multicoin Capital, seems like a weird name for a crypto company, but a simple name. But Multicoin Crypto Capital sent the agency a custody framework. It asks for room to use multi-signature and multi-party computation wallets. MPC, not MCP. Don't confuse the two. MPC, multi-party computation wallets. These tools split key control so that no one party can move the assets. Now, this used to be a big thing back in the day when I was working on a couple of other teams and we were building out projects. This was a feature, having, you know, having multiple signatures on a particular wallet. So I guess they're going back in a sense to the way things were done. 1 week, 2 proposals, and the Senate clock. The custody filing landed 1 week after the SEC proposed regulation crypto assets, a fundraising regime for tokens. The pair covers both end of the market. The pair covers both ends of the market. One sets how projects raise money, the other sets how institutions hold that money. All right. Congress, meanwhile, is stuck. The House passed the Clarity Act 294134 in July 2025. Man, that's been a year ago. The bill would split crypto oversight between the SEC and CFTC, Commodity Futures Trading Commission. It has sat in the Senate since, and now it faces a 60-vote test on around September the 15th. Its passage odds remain shaky. So from what I understand, Kelsey has this not passing, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. The SEC is not waiting for that vote. Of course they're not. 2 signals come next: how long OMB holds the rule, and which firms request meetings while the text stays sealed. I don't know, shaky ground. So the Clarity Act is still sitting in Senate, and they need 60 votes to pass. I think they'll get those 60 votes because a lot of those guys are making a lot of money off of crypto right now. A lot of them have their hands in different companies on different boards, and we're growing. So eventually we might have to have one of these guys on our board as an advisor. That's just how it is. Our goal is to be compliant in every aspect. So yeah, I can see this as something that will happen in our, I'm not going to say immediate future, but it's definitely right around the bend. So that's it for what the SEC is up to. We have new regulation coming. We'll see if the Clarity Act can get past Senate and how that goes. But as far as things look, I mean, it looks like they're just take these training wheels off. For every new rule, we take away 10. So they're about to pull the training wheels off, and we're gonna run this thing wide open. Okay. This is for our traders. And if you're in this chat right now, that means you're a trader. I don't think there's any halfway fly by night people in this chat right now. So if you're here, that's because you're a trader and you know how to get it, or you're learning to get it. So people are hedging puts in the $80,000 zone on Bitcoin. I'm not going to elaborate on whether this is a good or a bad idea. Not going to give financial advice on this one at the moment. But if you trade with maximum attention, which is what I teach anyone that I give pointers and teach how to trade, I would say maximum attention is your superpower. Meaning you lock in. If you decide, hey, I want to make X amount of dollars, then you need to be trading actively whenever, taking profit whenever. We want to compound. When you take profit and then go back and reinvest, this is how you compound your gains. Compounding is one of the most powerful tools in making money. Crypto gives you the ability to do that on a daily basis. Now we're gonna tap in. We're tapped in right now, but we're gonna tap in even more and show you just what's possible by simply compounding. As a matter of fact, I drew this up the other day. This is compounding. So I'm taking this seriously. And this is just what you can do in 30 days on a small amount. Because I had people telling me, hey, bro, I don't have a lot of money. Who cares? I don't either. Not about the money. It's not about the amount of money you have. It's about what you know and your ability to take advantage of an opportunity. That's it. And if you know you're working with smaller amounts of money, then you cannot afford to miss opportunities. You have to take those opportunities and use them as chances to compound what you're making. That's how you get these ridiculous percentages for the year. And I think this year, if we just keep using the tools that we're using, I think this will be one of those years for us. But it takes consistency, it takes the right tools, and it takes discipline. You need those three things. Discipline might be first. Discipline might be number one on that list. But that's my 2 cents on this. Now, as far as this chart goes, let's go ahead and jump into this article real quick. Bitcoin traders face a 6.4 billion. Hold up. That's a lot of money. 6.4 billion options expiry on Durbit at 8 o'clock this Friday. What? That's risky. Okay, covering 81,700 BTC contracts. Oof. As spot hovers near 79,000 after a rapid climb from 62,000. Yes, that climb from 62 was epic. And we were here to watch it the entire way. The size and positioning of that expiry concentrated at 75,000 and at 80,000 strikes. Puts dealer hedging flows squarely in control of short-term price action heading into settlement. So we're going to see if this happens to get settled by Friday. Total contracts 81,700. This is insane. 81,700. Whew. So this consists of 639 contracts against 37,061 puts, producing a put to call ratio of 0.83. According to Deribit data, that skew shows calls outnumber puts by a wide margin. And of course, we're in a bull run. The calls should outnumber the puts if you're, trading smart. I mean, does this make sense? Don't go against what the market is already doing. Unless you want to just create headaches for yourself. You have to go with what the market is doing. The $75,000 strike carries the largest call concentration at 236 million in notional value, with $80,000 with an $80,000 close behind 157 million. Bitcoin's rally pushed both strikes in the money, meaning holders can exercise profitability before accounting for premiums and fees. Interesting. Gamma hedging. Gamma hedging and penning risk at 80K. Now, since you guys know that there's this much money sitting at 80K, that tells you right away how you're going to trade this. Okay? And please be careful. I don't want anybody out here getting liquidated. Alright? So trade carefully. But this happens this Friday. Max Payne or 6. And just a heads up, Bitcoin is not going to reach 78K by this Friday. 68K by this Friday. Yeah, I put my reputation on that one. So if you're trading using puts, calls, be careful. Liquidation is a great enemy of profit. So yeah, man, trade carefully, trade wisely. Okay, we're gonna, I think this is our last article. Coinbase has put Nvidia and Apple stock on chain. So I was talking to a couple of friends the other day about, stock market and crypto in general. And as you can see, right now we're in a crypto friendly environment. All the regulation is moving towards crypto deregulation. We just covered an article about it. They're gonna put fewer and fewer rules in place to slow down what's already happening. And it's my opinion that any company that has true value, true real world value, will be on chain. Period. I think that is the next wave, and the way to separate, differentiate good assets over the next, I think, year to 5 years will be if an asset goes from a real world asset on the stock market to a real world asset in the crypto market. This is the lateral move that most of these companies should be making, but we'll see how it plays out. There are a lot of big players in this, and there are plenty of exchanges that put regular assets on chain and value it what it's valued in the stock market. Coinbase looks like they're gonna dip their hand into the biggest two of the biggest, Nvidia and Apple. And remember, Apple is worth over $1 trillion, and I think Nvidia is too. So those are two massive assets that are going to be added to, your regular everyday Coinbase crypto market. But in this article, they jump into Does weekend trading create liquidation risk? Now, I can give you a long answer or the short answer on that one, but short answer for me is hell yeah. Crypto by nature is extremely volatile. So, yes, you need to be worried about liquidation. But let's jump into this and see what's going on. All right. Coinbase tokenized U.S. equities went live on Base on Monday. Oh, just Monday? Putting 4 technology stocks on chain as transferable tokens that eligible non-US users can hold in a self-custodial wallet with no brokerage account required. Nvidia, Apple, Meta, and Google. Interesting. Track, Nvidia, Apple, Meta, and Alphabet, and Chainlink now sits as the official Oracle piping price data into roughly 50 base apps that support the tokens. Wow, 50 apps and just a week. That's a lot. And here's a post from Base. Stocks have been updated. Coinbase tokenized stocks are live on Base. Available 24/7, 365. Composable across Base DeFi. Own the underlying share held in a regulated trust. Backed 1-to-1. Interesting. 1-to-1. The launch matters less for tickers than for it matters less for tickers than for what runs underneath them. Coinbase is an issuer, chain operator, and one of the trading venues simultaneously. Chainlink's feed is the price that determines whether these tokens function as passive holdings or as usable DeFi collateral. Coinbase tokenized stocks, 2.48 billion market, getting crowded. Tokenized public equities now total $2.49 billion, up 5.8%, yikes, over the last 30 days, with 2.1 million holders and 27.28 billion in monthly transfer volume. Man. And that's according to RWA.xyz. RWA stands for real world assets, by the way. Ondo leads with 872.7 million across 406 assets, followed by Backend's X stocks at 588 million and Binance's B stocks at 552 million. Coinbase enters fourth with just 4 tickers and a promise of more. Now, of course, it makes sense. This is a smart move for Coinbase. So just look for better and better things out of them. This is a smart move. Although for the companies, I feel as though it's a lateral move. It's smart. And then you're just following the major exchanges that are on chain anyway. There have been so many crypto exchanges, so many DEXs, so many CEXs that have been trading real world assets over the past year. It's crazy. I mean, so Coinbase is really just following suit. We've been able to trade these things on chain through other exchanges for a while now. All right. The combined on-chain value of the 4 Coinbase tokens sat near 4.55 million late Monday as 3.06 million of DEX liquidity and 10.8 million in 24-hour volume. All right, there's takeoff. So we're going to see what happens with this. Nvidia, the largest, had 6,794, no, not 6 million, 6,794 tokens outstanding across 1,745 holders, according to BaseScan. Pricing tracked the underlying tightly. Nvidia changed hands at 208 against Nvidia's 208 at 208.51 against Nvidia's 208.48 close. Apple at 311 against Apple's 310.34. Meta at 558.50 against Meta's 559.02. Aerodome captured the deepest liquidity for every token. There's that exchange we were talking about. Remember when we added Aerodome, Aero, to our list of tokens? Here they are. Aerodome captured the deepest liquidity for every token, holding 957,000 behind Nvidia and between 619,000 and 669,000 behind others. Arrow itself traded at 53 cents, up 11% on the day, 29% over the week. We saw this live here on this channel. This is what we've been tracking, and it paid off. We'll get into that. Tune in on Market Mondays, man. Market Mondays is when we do all of our tracking. We add new tokens. If you were here on Market Monday, you would already know about Arrow. You would be cashing those gains in right now. All right. So basis overall TVL, total value locked, stands at 5.49 billion, which is fourth among all chains behind Ethereum, BNB, Solana, and Ethereum. Well, Ethereum, BNB, and Solana. Base, boom, bringing up the rear, fourth place. And that news is per DeFi Llama. A base of on-chain liquidity that networks like Ethereum continue to compete for as RWA infrastructure scales. So if you've been in crypto for a while and doing this for a minute, then you already knew that RWA was going to be the future. There's a lot of money locked up in the stock market, and the easiest way to transfer that over to crypto is to bring that valuation to the crypto market and then start trading over there. Chainlink is at the heart of all this. As you know, Chainlink is pretty much the standard as far as oracles go on chain. Nothing like Oracle on chain, but they're the price oracle. So anytime something like this is happening, Chainlink is a pretty good bet that they're involved at some point, because they've been the blockchain oracle for so long and good at it. If you're building an application, and we've built many, then Chainlink is going to be part of your workflow if you need those fast dynamic price updates. I mean, if you're running bots and applications where the price matters, and the price matters in the moment, then you've used Chainlink before. Now, there are a couple of other competitors out there. It's just that Chainlink may be the biggest, most well-known of this asset class, but there are quite a few oracles that can provide something similar. Let's jump into this Chainlink part of the article. Chainlink feeds and the weekend gap. Chainlink's feeds publish total return values that fold in dividend and split adjustments rather than raw equities prices and run 24/5. 24/5, not 24/7. Freezing during corporate actions. The tokens themselves trade 24/7, which creates a structural mismatch for any integrator. Mismatch any integrator has to handle deliberately. All right, we'll read that post in a minute. Basis on documentation instructs integrators to read the update at field and apply staleness bounds before relying on the price. Warning against settling and liquidating against a frozen fee. A lending market that ignores that instruction would be marking weekend collateral to Friday's close. A real liquidation risk baked into the product's mechanics, not a theoretical one. See, we called it out before we even read the article. We knew which way this was headed. Of course, it's a liquidation risk. So, yeah, Coinbase is going to tokenize a lot of products, a lot of stock. So, I don't know. Coinbase may be something you want to invest in. Now they're ARB collateral. Alpaca custody and the B20 token structure. The issuer in Coinbase on-chain SPV Limited Incorporated and Abu Dhabi Global Market on June 17, 2026 is a subsidiary of On-Chain Marketplace Holdings Limited, itself owned by Coinbase Global. Didn't know that. Coinbase won FSRA permission for the tokenization hub earlier this month, having first described the one-to-one structure in June. Alpaca Securities LLC, an SEC registered broker-dealer, buys and custodies these underlying shares in segregated accounts. According to the NVDA prospectus filed with the FSRA, the SPV holds them as bear trustee for token holders under a deed of trust. Creation costs 1 basis point of the invested amount and redemption 5 basis points, while dividends carry a 5% distribution fee on gross value before the 30% U.S. withholding rate applied to non-U.S. persons. Minting and redemption stay limited to KYC onboarded authorized participants, while secondary trading is permissionless. Okay. The prospectus is explicit that one B20 token does not permanently equal 1 share. A multiplier scales each token claim as the dividends are reinvested and splits are applied. So raw balances stay fixed while underlying entitlements move. All right. So, yeah. Look for more from Coinbase. They're going to bring more assets on chain. And like I said, they're just coming up to par with what a lot of exchanges on chain have already been doing. But if you're here in New York or in some places where, Coinbase is your the only exchange that you have access to, then this is going to be awesome, because I think there are clearly more people trading in the stock market than there are in crypto. But that is for now, and I think that is changing. And it's all about adoption, right? All about adoption. And right now we've dropped below 78,000. I mean, not far. We have BTC. And we've been in this downturn for, a few hours. And I think we're going to break out pretty soon. Solana ran up to 102 the other day. It did the same thing maybe like a week ago. So, like I was saying earlier, these things happen in cycles. And that's what we're in right now. It's going to run up again. But I have to let this sell-off happen. And I have to let this sell-off happen before we can reverse anything. And if you look at this chart, boom, we wick down to right here. Right here. This is where the liquidity is. So there's a possibility that we... Oh, that's not Solana. Let's look at BTC. It's a possibility that on BTC we drop to 77,467. I mean, it's in the cards. I won't say it's mandatory. It could bounce right off of this point here. But stay on your toes. Keep your eye on the chart. And stay tuned for the next move. Don't get caught off balance. Don't get locked in to a position that you know is not good for you. Okay? And yeah, I think we're gonna break out of this zone soon. We're gonna hop over to, look at that. We're gonna hop over to Dex Screener. Pretty sure all of you know what Dex Screener is. Over here on Dex Screener, we're tracking everything that we've been trading over the last couple of weeks. We made some phenomenal gains. I cannot front. We made some amazing gains. Moda has had a pullback with BTC dropping. It has dropped. Moolah is not going anywhere. Moolah just keeps increasing. So we're going to increase how much Moolah we're holding. We're going to increase the Moolah we're holding. Asteroid. I think Asteroid may be on a downturn. Down 20% over the last 24. Pretty much everything is down. Deep Tide is up 30%. Deep Tide was the token that we picked up a couple of weeks ago, XRP token. I think it's a real solid project. But it's up 30% over the last 24. Up 0.5% over the last hour. Kate is at 6 cents. Man, Kate has been on a run. It's up 9.7% over the last hour. Over the last 24, it's up 11.75%. Now, a few streams ago, I gave everyone a blueprint. If you want to increase your crypto exponentially, this is one of the ways to do it. But it takes maximum attention. You have to focus on what you're doing. Have one goal. Don't think about anything else. And amazing things will be possible. All right, now Bstonk launched over here on base, and Bstonk was on an absolute tear, a run. In the Monday stream, where were we in the Monday stream? In the Monday stream, we were over here. So it's dropped from 2 cents on Monday. Oh no, this is Monday too. It reached, oh my goodness, it reached basically 3 cents on Monday. Now we're sitting at 0.009. So Bstonk is on a discount. If you seriously wanted to jump in, trade this, and make a move, this is probably your chance to do it. My strategy when trading is early and often. Jump in there, trade hard, trade often, and just try to move up in the ranking. Right? Let's say you go into a token, you buy like $100 of Bstonk. You're gonna be buried in the holder count. Let's say they have about, how many people are holding it? 2,000 people. That seems kind of low. Let's check this out. All right, yeah, it is about 2,000 holders and 1 billion tokens. 76.9 top 100 concentration. Whale concentration 98.68. So it's not bad. And I think I scanned this contract already. But of these 2,000 people, you would be somewhere on, no, not even this page. So if you're in the top 1,000, you're holding a minimum of 2,700 tokens. So in order to make it to above the top 1,000, you're gonna have to buy at least 3,000 tokens. Okay. Now, if you trade daily, you can easily change your position from, and if you get 100 tokens, you'll be much higher than this on the list. Here's as well. Price right now isn't even a penny. So yeah, now's the time if you want to. This is actually a good price point for Bstonk. So I'm gonna watch this. Maybe we'll hop in this at some point later today. So I'll probably do a deep dive on this guy next week. It's already in our list, so it is what it is. But we'll probably do a deep dive on this next week. There's Arrow sitting at 50 cents. Yeah, man. been a good week. Market is up. We have been on fire. And we're going to do it all over again. We're going to do it all over again. So we're going to get ready to wrap this one up. Appreciate you coming out to Web3 Wednesdays. And remember, on Web3 Wednesdays, we focus on what's going on in the crypto industry. We focus on hacks. And just things that you should know that are going on. Now, we do jump into the prices and everything, but not as detailed as we do on Market Monday. Market Monday, we give you everything. On Market Monday, that's how you do X's. If you've been here for Market Monday, trust me, you're up X's over this month. You're not complaining. So, get in this stream. You have some people that are looking to get into crypto, that want to learn more about crypto. Send them this link. We're here every Monday, every Wednesday, same time, same channel. We're giving out information that you can turn into money right here, right now. This is not investment advice, but you see what it is and you see the numbers have done what they do. Okay? I try to focus on things that are mathematically attainable, not hopes and dreams, right? If I see price differences, we take advantage of that. We're not into banking on hopes and dreams. Our goal is to find situations mathematically provable and then take advantage of those situations, make them work out in our favor. Right now we're doing just that. So come with us on this journey. Remember, we got 2 goals for this year. 2 goals. We want to get to 1 million subscribers and bank 1 million in crypto. Those are the 2 goals. So if you want to take that trip with me, you're going to see everything right here. Right here live. All the moves that we're making, all the developers that we're talking to. We're not worried about any backroom shady deals or anything with any developers. We're going to get it in the mud. I told you how we trade early and often. If you have a new project and it's pretty stable, we're probably in there trading. If we're not in there trading, we're going to be in there trading. So that's how we're moving right now. And the market is responding well. Remember, wallet hygiene. Be careful out there. Learn from my mistakes. Don't get hacked. Don't be out here clicking on random links. Don't try to sign up for every bot that someone's trying to give you. Right? Give you. Nobody's just going to give you a bot that makes $1 million. It's not going to happen. I have probably half a dozen bots. I haven't given any of them away. So there's no fairy fairy godmother that creates bots out here. Get rid of that. Usually if you see these things, see these offers, there's probably something embedded in the software. And yeah, you don't wanna get taken advantage of by that. Don't be a random hackers come up. Stay safe. Protect your wallet. Practice good wallet hygiene. Okay? And subscribe to the channel if you're not. Like the video. Share the video. Hype up this video. Get the word out. Let's build an army in here. And an army of people that's just flat out getting it. Alright, that's going to do it for this one. We'll catch you on the next one. Pix out.